Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today me and my model Anna are creating this gorgeous and elegant New Year's makeup look. And I begin with Charlotte's Magic Hydrator Mist, which contains hyaluronic acid and also niacinamide. This will be a perfect hydrating step before the moisturizer, especially as the foundation I chose for today is going to be self-setting one and will need a little more moisture. And for the eye cream, I chose Fenty Skin Flash Nap. It is a wonderful hydrating gel which absorbs really quickly and also contains hyaluronic acid, which is always wonderful as the skin tends to be more dry during the cold winter months. All over the face, I'm applying Jones Road Miracle Cream, which if you watch my videos, guys, you know I use often for the video shoots and for my photo shoots, as I like how it sits underneath all of the foundations. As we are creating New Year's makeup look, we need to ensure that everything will stay throughout the night. So for the eye primer, I chose the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eyeshadow and Concealer Primer, which in a very fine layer I'm applying all over the top eyelid. During our skin prep, we are also not forgetting about the lips, and I'm generously coating Lucas Popo ointment all over the lips. So while I'm preparing the rest of the makeup, the lips are soaking up and look gorgeous for the lipstick. I'm gonna start this look by applying MAC Copper Plate eyeshadow all over the eyelid. When I'm creating gray smoky eyes, this is my #1 eyeshadow choice. For ages, I couldn't find an alternative to this shade, and recently I got sent Anastasia Beverly Hills mini palette in a shade Sultry, and that palette contains a gray color which is very similar to Copper Plate. And as usual, guys, I am adding all of the products, including the brushes that I used creating this look, in the comment section down below, so do check it out as well. Now that the general smokiness of the eye is done, I want to go ahead and darken the lower eyelid, and for this I'm using the black kajal and then softly smudging it outwards. And on the top eyelid, I wanted to create the eyeliner. For this, I'm using Inglot's gel liner number 77, which is one of my favorite eyeliners as it's so easy to use and it is 100% waterproof. Originally planning this look, I was in between two options for the liner. I wanted either to create a super fine liner or a super strong thick liner. Once I started working on Anna's features, I realized that I preferred a more delicate version, but I wanted to spice it up, and here I have added a sharp line underneath the eye all the way towards the inner part of the eye, which added a little more grungy feel to this look. And I feel like together with our styling and the hair, that actually works really well on Anna's features. And it also takes the look into a little bit less traditional smoky finish. Anna has a very beautiful bushy brow, and the hairs on the brows are actually a little bit curly. So to keep them in place, I used a hair gummy. Normally I would use a hair gummy for the edges to keep them in place, but today I decided to do so on Anna's brows and it worked magic. I have already popped individual eyelashes and now I'm coating them in Armani Eccentrico mascara, which is my new mascara. I am still in a process of testing it out. I don't mind it, but I don't know if I'm in love with it just yet. On the skin, I'm using Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation, which is technically a self-setting foundation. So once it's applied, you kind of don't need to powder it, which is brilliant for New Year's celebration and also is really good for somebody with normal and maybe a little bit oily skin as well. If you are more on a dry side, you will need an extra layer of moisture underneath the foundation. When I use it on my dry skin, I use a thin layer of jojoba oil underneath. Like this foundation sits beautifully on my skin. And as I'm applying it all over the face, I'm also not forgetting the neck and the chest. And once it's done, I, as usual, dab over wet beauty blender to merge the colors all over the face evenly and also to push the foundation into the skin so it lasts longer. Under the eyes, I'm using Vanish Concealer from Hourglass, and this, guys, is my new favorite concealer. It's super pigmented, it's also thick in texture, but once it's applied, it melts into the skin and stays on the skin really well. To contour the face, I'm using Tarte Sea Breezy Cream Bronzer in the color Seychelles, which kind of is a bronzer and technically not supposed to go on the contours of the face. But I love it for its really creamy texture and creamy consistency, and I am applying it all over the contours of the face. And so what? Makeup is there to experiment and rules are to be broken. It still looks really beautiful, and I will also deepen the shadows later on with more cool tone product. So once everything will be blended in together, it will also look super beautiful and super natural. On the highest points of the cheeks, I am dabbing cream blusher from Tarte in the shade Berry Bliss, and also adding a little bit all over the contours of the face just to tie the whole skin tone together. I adore healthy looking skin. I adore glow on the skin, and today is no exception. I'm using Elevated Glow Highlighter from Lisa Eldridge, which I'm concentrating on the highest points of the cheeks, a little bit above the brow bone, tiny bit on the lips and the middle of the nose. So everything reflects the light and looks super beautiful for the New Year's evening. I'm going to fill in the brows using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duos. And here I must say a huge thank you to Anastasia Beverly Hills PR in US. I was hunting this Pro Brow palette for such a long time. It is discontinued in UK and I almost gave up on an idea having it. This is more of a professional use palette, but all of these colors are available to purchase individually and are super amazing. Despite the foundation being self-setting, I still wanted to powder to make sure that everything stays put throughout the night. And here I'm using Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder in the shade Medium all over the face, and especially concentrating in the middle of the face, underneath the eyes to set the concealer, around the cheek areas where I have applied cream products. And as usual, I love to layer my products, and as we applied the cream bronzer all over the contours of the face, I promised you a cooler shade of the contouring product, and here I am using Charlotte Tilbury's Nude Gasm palette, which I think is discontinued. I'm sorry guys, but these shades of the contouring you can get separately in a Film Star Duo palette. Do you remember I promised you that everything will merge together and look natural? So here I am delivering my promise. And I also wanted to duplicate the glow on the highest points of the cheeks. And for this, I'm doing Laura Mercier Face Illuminator, which is my new product again. And if I'm honest, it's a wonderful highlighter. I thought originally it will be more glittery, but it is not. It creates gorgeous luminous glow without looking powdery or glittery. And this is what I love in expensive nowadays makeup. I carried away and also decided to add it in the inner parts of the eyes for that subtle glow within, and also dusted a little bit on the top of the eyelid. It is New Year's after all, and if not to glow then, when you tell me when then. If I'm honest guys, originally I was planning this look using glitter or Swarovski studs, but after we've completed the look, me and Anna decided that glitter or crystals would just kill the elegance of the look. By the way, if you're planning to use glitter or crystals, I have my last year's New Year's look, which I'm going to add above. So do check it out. There I'm using studs and the look is super dramatic. Okay guys, back to the look. So on the lips, I used Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in muted mauve and a lipstick in blush brown, which I then topped up with Peaches and Cream Honey Lip Gloss, and also added a little bit more of chai liner to line the lips a little bit stronger. And of course, adding glow to the body using Nuke's dry oil. Not sure why it's called dry. It is not dry at all. It is oily oil that contains a slight shimmer, but it looks stunning on the body. And of course, we need to set everything in place. And one of my favorite setting sprays is from Charlotte Tilbury. Now adding final touches to the look. And here is my New Year's look completed, guys. Little before and after for you. Let me know what you think, and also let me know if you're trying this look out and how do you get on. I also want to thank everybody who subscribed to my channel and supported it throughout this year. It's my first year doing the channel consistently. Every Sunday I release a new beauty video, and I hope you enjoyed the content I was sharing with you. Happy New Year, guys, and let the year of the dragon be everything you wish it to be and more.